and how are you all? Yesterday made exactly 12 days alcohol free, and yesterday took every bit of everything in me not to get a drink. I woke up yesterday morning super excited. For those of you who have been following me, you know that I've been working for hospice for the last 10 years. I work with geriatric patients, the elderly, for any of those who don't know what geriatric is. And I absolutely love it. But about a year and a half ago, I went PRN because my life has changed so much, and I now have 6 kids and a grandbaby. I just wanted to be able to be more present and make my own schedule, because anyone who does hospice knows that your hours are long, and if someone calls in and you have 3 patients out of your schedule, that could be like 3 or 4 to 5 hours added to your day, and if you already have a 10-hour day, you do the math. It can get exhausting, and it's very taxing after doing it for so many years and with little kids. The whole time I've been PRN, I've still been randomly picking up shifts with my hospice company. And then recently, 2 months, they were short CNA, so I worked every Monday, Wednesday, Friday for a while. I don't work a ton with them, but I try to help when I can. So yesterday I picked up a shift, nice to switch up your day and get to do something different. So I was super excited to get to go work for hospice, and I don't know, it's just nice to get to go spend the day doing what you love, but you get to choose how many patients you see. So I know that my day's not gonna be crazy. Anyways, that said, I woke up and instantly I saw added to my tablet, and I can't go into great detail, which kind of sucks because it's literally my story. HIPAA violation. Somebody on my tablet that I was scheduled to see that lived in the household that I was abused in. I had made a video on what kind of started my whole alcoholism journey, what got me into doing drugs and all that. If you guys want to watch that, please feel free to go check that video out, but I'm not going to get into all that in this video. I had someone on my tablet who lived in that house who I love very much and is my family, and I don't know, it was just a huge trigger. And I broke down and I called my boss, and I work for the most amazing hospice company. Instantly she was like, "Oh my goodness, Jessica, I'm so sorry, just send the visit back, we will have another aide go see them." I wasn't even thinking, I completely forgot. I told her, I'm open and honest with a lot of people. I believe in sharing your testimony because you never know who it's going to touch. So there have been moments throughout the last 10 years where I have opened up and talked to them about my past and that have happened when I was a child and why I'm the way I am or whatever. But that happened, and then the very first patient I went to go see yesterday was on the younger side, closer to the later 30s side. I can't, like I said, HIPAA, I can't say much more than that, but I literally work with geriatric patients because my heart can't take it. I could never do peds. For any of you nurses or CNAs or anybody who works with pediatric patients who are on hospice or on that end of the spectrum, God bless you. My heart cannot take that. I literally take care of geriatric patients. I chose that profession because they've had good long lives. Hospice is my passion, but most of my geriatric patients, oh, I'm so itchy. This ragweed, you guys, is killing me. But my geriatric patients, they've all had, most of them have had good long lives, and they're ready to go. They're in their 80s, their 90s, they've had cancer 2 or 3 times or whatever. They're just exhausted. They're ready for it. They've had good long lives. They've come to peace with whoever they need to come to peace with. It's different. I get to just help them pass peacefully and with dignity, and I make sure I advocate for them, and I get to keep them as comfortable as possible and give them love and talk to them and share with them about God. My heart can't take younger patients. So the very first patient I go to, I didn't do my homework like I usually do. I usually look through my care plan and know what I'm walking into before I did, but it was the only patient that I hadn't seen before that was on my schedule for the day. So the only one that I didn't know, whenever I called the place that I was going to, the aide that answered, I already knew her, so I was like, yes, it's going to be a great day. Because anyone who works in the medical field, if you have a good aide or a good partner or whatever, you're going to have a good day. So I was like, this is going to be an amazing day. I know all my other patients. The patient that I don't know, at least I have an aide to help me with her for the day. And then it just, things just don't always work out the way that you think they're going to. Whenever something traumatic happens in your life, or whenever someone passes away and you have grief or whatever, I feel in my heart that the reason that you have to keep going through it and it takes so long to process it and learn how to handle it is because I feel if God gave it to you all at one time, all of that sadness, all of that grief, it would just be too much. We as people, we can't handle it. So I think that's why we have these moments of being okay, I forgive them, I've worked through it, I'm good, I've let it go. And then 2 weeks later you're crying again and breaking down because something triggers you and you don't know why. But I think that God He knows like what you need, like I said. So yesterday was an incredibly busy day for me. I didn't have any time to like sit and wallow too much. I just had to get up and go on with my day and like get things done. My little girl had a performance at night. My first 2 patients took a lot longer than expected. Instead of being like hour-long visits, they were both like 2.5-hour-long visits because of needs that needed to be met. And I will never rush a patient. I don't care what I have going on, especially my hospice patients. Like, they are passing away. They deserve nothing but love and patience and kindness and, you know, to be talked to with nothing but love. I don't care what they've been through, what kind of past they've had. That is not up to me to judge them. That is up to God. My job is to just love them and help them get through the rest of their days so that they can pass away peacefully. And I always talk to my patients and make sure I tell them that God loves them, and if there's anything that they are scared of not being forgiven for, to please know that they're forgiven. And I pray over them before they pass, especially if they're imminent. For anyone who doesn't know, that's like a patient who's going to pass away within like pretty much like 3 to 5 days usually. But I came home and, like I said, God kept me busy. I had to go rush and take my little girl to her performance, and my sister was there, my mom was there. I had lots of my family reach out and come support us, so that was nice. And it's just nice to be distracted. We didn't get home until pretty late. Another reason my face is a little red, I'm not wearing makeup. I had a very good long hard cry and like sobbed like a baby. My daddy has always told me my entire life, crying cleanses the soul, honey. I'm like, get it out, have a good cry, like let yourself sit and feel your emotions. That's usually why people who, you know, are addicts continue to be addicts, because they don't know how to sit and deal with their feelings in a healthy way. So we want to reach for an alternative so that we don't have to sit and think about whatever is bothering us so much. But I can't do that. I can't do that anymore, and I know that. So this morning I sat and I had a really good cry. But I also don't believe in wallowing in your sadness. I believe in putting on your big girl panties and getting up and getting on with the day. So that is what I did. I cried for about 20 minutes, really freaking hard. Came outside and loved on my honey and talked to him for a little bit. I got on my hands and knees and prayed in my living room to God. I am implementing that every single morning. I'm trying to do that before I start my day, like after I have my cup of coffee and everything, but before I like get ready for the day and actually do everything. I get on my hands and knees and pray really hard, and then messaged a few people on TikTok. I've been cleaning all morning. That's all I've been doing, just cleaning, because I believe idle hands are the devil's workshop, idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. Keep yourself busy so that you don't gossip and so that you can't get into trouble, right? So that's what I did today. And then now it is one of my bestie boo's birthday recently on the 8th. So I'm going to go meet, well, was it on the 8th or the 9th? I'll have to look that up. She had her birthday recently, and all she wants to do for her birthday is go clean her rental property because, which is my old house, because her last tenant, she had to evict and damage the property a little bit. So she can't rent it out until we get that fixed. So that's what she wants to do for her birthday, is go clean her rental property. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to go grab some dinner at a Mexican restaurant, because that's what we do. And she already knows that I am quitting drinking. I am so lucky to have such a supportive partner, family, and friends. She knows that I can't drink, so she's not going to drink tonight. I guarantee it, just because she doesn't even want to tempt me, because she loves me. And that's what you do with people that you love. You support them, whether you're on the same journey or not. You know, if alcohol isn't that big of a deal and it doesn't matter and it really isn't that serious, why do you have to have a drink that day when you're hanging out with your friend who's not, and who's on a path of trying to get sober? Just a little food for thought. I'm gonna hop off of here because I really have got to go get ready. My bestie B's waiting on me, and she's gonna be like, girl, because I'm late to everything and I'm trying to do better at that, but I'm not there yet. So pray for me, guys. Pray that I can get ready fast and she's not mad, okay? That you all stay sober today. I hope that you all make great decisions. I hope that you do something to spend time with your family. I've already had a couple of talks with my kiddos and loved on them a little bit. Just make sure you give your kids like a little bit of time every single day. It doesn't have to be a lot, but put your phone down. Make sure they're looking you in the eyes. Even if you ask them if there's anything they're okay and they want to talk about and they say no, make sure that you're giving them proper time to have time to talk about things and ask them little questions, you know. Just know that if you haven't been the best parent that you need to be, and all of a sudden you put down the bottle and you're trying to be this amazing parent that you know that you should be, don't expect for them to be receptive in one day. Just like when someone hurts you, it takes you a while to get over it and forgive them and past it. Don't think that because your kids are little people that they don't deserve the same respect, because we're all doing life for the first time. I'm about to be 38, you guys, and I'm still figuring life out and messing up so much. So show your kids some grace, okay? All right, what are we on now? Wait to see you in 18 days, Jess.